Ooh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal.
My name is Kyle.
And I'm Anthony.
Anthony is one of my best friend from Azusa Pacific University, where I went to college for like a year and a half, and then kind of gave up on it. But
you ditched.
Yeah, as you guys can see, if you're watching the video version, we have Peaked in Middle School merch. We have our own shirts.
They're awesome.
They're actually like surprisingly good quality.
Yeah, they
Very
turned out really.
They're really soft.
Very soft.
Oh, my sleeve. Yeah. And so we got 50 of them, and then
On one of the last episodes, you said 100.
I know that was an accident because I got 100 stickers, and I thought I got 100 shirts, but I didn't because they're expensive, and like I did not want to spend that much money. But anyways, we hyped them up, and we were told people we were going to be giving them away, and so we posted them on Instagram. And literally, I'd say within like an hour or 2 hours, we literally had all 50. Like we had people for every single 50 shirt.
That's
awesome. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I mean, 30 of them was like family and friends from home, but
You didn't have to say that.
Well.
Yeah. Well. But yeah. So if you guys do want a shirt and didn't get one this time, then
There's always next time.
There's always next time.
When's next time? We're not sure.
We're not sure because this was a lot of money.
And will it be free?
We're
Probably
not sure. But
Probably not.
yeah. So let us know what you think. I think they're pretty cool. So we just thought we'd all be matching for this episode.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Let's break it down. Okay. You're from Indiana. Middle of nowhere.
Middle
Indiana.
of nowhere. It's
What's
horrible.
your town called?
It's called Walkerton. We're like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Chicago. So like that's our biggest claim to fame in my eyes.
Near Chicago.
But-
We're
Yep.
like 2 hours away from Chicago. That's funny. So, how many people in the town?
Like 2,000.
Smaller than our high school.
Smaller than our high school, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty crazy.
What was middle school like for you? Because we peaked in middle school, and so I'm just curious how were things different? What was it like?
Oh, okay. Well, I played golf in middle school, so that's the only time I really ever played a sport associated with
like
school.
A golf team?
Yeah, I was on the golf
your
team.
Middle school?
Yeah.
Did our middle school even have a golf team?
No.
Oh, see, yeah, we did. I was pretty good. So
Who'd
I
you
mean,
play
I
against?
peaked in sports, I guess. Other high schools.
In middle school, you played against high school?
middle schools, other middle schools. But you know,
Do
it was
other
fun.
schools exist?
Oh
Where you
yeah,
live?
like
How far away, though?
yeah, like the closest like other like high schools and stuff were like 20 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, they're around.
It's bearable.
So you're not like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you are.
Well,
But
you kind of are. I mean, closest Walmart, 25 minutes. Closest movie theater, 25 minutes. Like, we're talking.
Yeah, yesterday
Not a lot going on.
I asked Anthony, I'm like, yo, so like, do you think, or I was like, so like, where's the local grocery store? He's like, oh, there's no grocery store.
Like there's a Dollar General that you can buy some stuff at, but like,
what's dollar? Isn't that a
like
Dollar
a dollar
General?
store.
It's a dollar
it's
store.
like Dollar Tree.
no, Dollar General. Not everything's a dollar though.
Well,
It's
yeah.
just
Neither is
called-
Dollar Tree.
It's like, do you guys have family
Wait, Dollar
value?
Tree. Dollar Tree's the place where they
Dollar
give
Tree
you
is like-
loans.
no, that's
What?
That's
money.
That's money tree.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm getting these confused.
I guess. Do you guys have like a family value or something like that?
Value Village.
It's probably okay. It's probably similar to
Value
that.
Village is a thrift shop.
Oh,
Like a,
Yeah, but you can buy like a. Well, yeah, that's
so
true.
you can't
don't
buy like food
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
You guys
You
don't
should
have-
like donate food, maybe.
no Dollar Generals.
No, not that I know of.
I've never heard of it.
Oh,
I don't know. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
sure maybe they exist in
Like,
different parts of Washington.
you know, they're kind of small.
Yeah.
Like they have necessities, I guess, but like that's about it.
What do people do for fun?
What do people do for fun?
Because
Like-
like when I think of a small town, I think of just a bunch of hicks and like
I think of
riding
like
around in their
guns,
trucks and like
guns, hay, cigarettes.
yeah,
Well,
a lot
you-
of chew.
Okay, lots of chew. That happens very early. Like in high school, you see people starting to chew, which I always thought was kind of stupid. But
Yeah.
like whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, I grew up hunting. Like guns are pretty big. I mean, I was showing John a picture yesterday of one of my friends like holding an American flag and like with his
rifle.
with his rifle. So like, you know, that's big. People go shooting, you know, hunting. Sports are pretty big, like during the school year. I mean, there's nothing really else to do. But like other than that, you know, people have bonfires. People go hang out in the woods and party.
Hang
like,
out in the
Just
woods.
party in the woods.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
All right.
like high school parties will be like, hey, let's go drink in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, people will do that.
yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of scary. Like, what if there's like
Yeah, I know-
bobcats or
Yeah,
bears or
would you
something?
guys have like wild animal? I mean, I'm sure you do.
Do you have wild animals?
We have
Like, what do you have?
deer. We have coyotes. Like that's
nothing that'll like pick you off though.
Probably not.
Not really.
Coyote could take down a little kid.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If he's
I guess.
hungry enough.
Yeah. I came across
I've
a
never heard
coyote
of
one
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran away, but I was really scared for like 10 seconds.
I have a coyote story, but it's not school. Like it's actually back at college. So apparently there's so outside of our apartment, there's like all these, and it's like an apartment complex. Like it's kind of gated and everything, but like apparently in the bushes, like right out, like down the steps from our apartment.
Yeah.
Like we always heard this like rustling and stuff, like in this bush. And my roommate, he was coming in the other day with somebody else, and he heard the rustle again. And he was like, I want to see what this is. And so he like started like throwing rocks and stuff in this bush.
Oh, no.
A coyote ran out of the bush and
dang.
just like ran like through
Down
the parking lot.
side?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're
So
so
like,
tiny.
who knows? He said it was big. He said it was like
Oh.
this. Yeah.
It was a wolf.
There was a fox.
I don't know.
Speaking of
Wolves.
wolves,
Great
Speaking of
transition.
wolves, dude. We went to Fat Burger the day we picked up Anthony, like 2 days ago, and pull in the parking lot, and Anthony goes, "Oh shit, there's a wolf!" And I'm like what?
I was like, I thought
They
someone was
didn't
wearing a
believe me.
wolf shirt or
Yeah,
something.
no.
I thought he was like joking or
Like,
something.
whoa, look at that wolf.
And then
Like,
we pull into a parking
They were so
spot,
so skeptical.
and the car next to us has a giant ass dog.
Wolf.
It's literally
It was a wolf.
It's a wolf.
It was a wolf, and it was on like its front half was leaning in the front two seats,
Yeah.
and its
Yeah.
back half were planted in the back
kind of
seats.
sad.
And
Like,
there's a-
don't leave your
It
dog in the
was.
car.
I mean, the windows were cracked.
I mean,
but
the
like
what's-
barely.
yeah. Well,
But
they can't
yeah,
leave.
yeah, I understand.
There was a sign in the window that said, "Do not pet dog. It's a guard dog.
yeah.
Will bite.
It will bite." And then we get out.
I just looked at it.
We just got out and looked at it, and it goes. We're like, oh
We're like,
my
whoa.
god!
Good thing they left that sign up.
It was literally like, I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but just in like
It was kind of like a dire wolf.
it was like
Yeah.
a dire wolf from the.
Yeah.
I just watched the first couple episodes, and it was
you gotta get on that,
huge.
man.
I know. I want to. Is it overhyped?
No, I
Be
don't
honest.
think so.
Okay.
I don't think
I've
so.
watched the first season a couple times, and I just
a couple times.
twice, and I just like
still can't get into
I
it.
tried to get into it, and then I started watching something else. I think I started watching Breaking Bad. I'm like, obviously, I'm gonna keep watching Breaking
Yeah.
Bad. And then the last time, I was just like, it's just too many people, and it
It's
was
just
kind
hard
of
to
boring.
follow. I think that's the thing that turns some people off.
It was just kind of boring, but I know it gets good. Like I've seen some episodes. I've seen some crazy shit,
Yeah.
but I just
Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah.
like I
gotta
saw the Red Wedding when my sister was watching.
I don't know what that is, so
See,
it makes no
It's
sense
the
right
Red
now.
Wedding.
it's crazy.
I'll find out one day.
Yeah. But-
One thing I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
We'll go back to middle school and stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
mentioned to me the other day.
Oh, yeah.
that there was a
Elective.
bass fishing
Elective.
class.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, what?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah.
That's
So like
sick.
the way like the middle school worked is like, every like I think it was it every 4 weeks? I don't know. But like you could pick like an elective for like that time.
Yeah.
And like some of them were like disc golf. So like
oh, that's so
yeah,
sick.
so like one time I did that. Like I did and I did the bass fishing one. And so like at the end of the term, then on that like a Saturday, like my teacher, because he was into bass fishing, had all these friends with like bass fishing boats, and like they were kind of like semi-pro fishers.
Yeah.
And so we all went down to like a lake, and we had like a bass fishing tournament,
That's
which
cool.
I won. So that was
Hey.
cool.
So was there like training and practicing involved in the class, or was it just a one-time
So
thing?
no, like you would meet like a
Every day or every week?
yeah, you'd meet like a couple times a week, I think, and like
That's sick.
you would talk about like all the different baits, like what they're used for, like
Ah.
how to tie different knots, and like all
Yeah.
the techniques
So,
involved in bass fishing.
was this like basically your PE?
No,
Oh,
we
you
had
had- you
we
had
had that
PE,
too.
yeah.
That
Oh,
Oh, that's
sucked.
so cool. So you could take PE and you could take fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or disc
yeah.
golf.
Or disc golf,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
dope.
Disc golf would have been really
It
fun.
was so
I-
much fun.
I think we actually did have a fishing class at our school.
There was a fly fishing class.
Yeah.
I remember that. But
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
What
Wait, was it a
practical
class or
purpose-
was it like a unit in PE? I think it might have been a unit.
Or
in PE.
yeah.
That's cool though.
But I just remember you'd like sometimes I'd look out the window and you see like
Kids
like
walking with those
30
giant poles.
kids just like trying to learn how to fly. What is fly fishing?
it's
It's like above the water,
yeah, it's like you're pretending like a fly's landing on the water. You're like dropping
and
it
the
in
fish,
the water, like on top
the
of the
fish
water.
like come up and bite it.
Yeah, so you just like
So like
do
it
this
doesn't
over and
actually
over.
go into the water.
Oh, so it's you're pretending to be a fly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Or like a mosquito or something.
yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
didn't know people actually caught fish. Like I thought it like
What was
like
the-
I thought
what
I
was
thought
the
fly
point?
fishing was like a game.
What?
Like I thought it was just like people like to do like the tech, because I've never seen anyone actually at water doing that.
You've never seen like videos of
I've seen people a
No.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, how often do you see people fishing though?
Well, I see people on the Lake Sammamish, like fishing.
That's not.
I don't know if that's a good. That's not a good place.
That's-
For,
yeah, no.
You want to go to like a river.
Yeah,
or
you go in
pond.
like a river, like you put your waders on, you go out
Wait,
into the river.
do you say fishing in a lake isn't real fishing?
No.
Not for fly
Not for
fishing.
fly fishing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew people actually caught fish like that.
Yeah, that's like one of the
Yeah.
best
I
ways.
thought it was
think
just like a hobby to
fish.
flip that thing around in the
Yeah,
air.
I've never done it, but
No,
Uh,
I've been ice fishing.
Ice fishing?
Yeah.
Well, you like drill a hole in the
Yeah.
ground?
oh, that's sick. Wait, where'd you do that?
On the lake that I grew up next to.
Oh, that's sick.
It like iced over. Did you
Oh,
guys like
sick.
ice skate on that lake?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he said they brought snowmobiles.
Yeah, I
and
never
stuff.
did, but like people did all the time.
On the lake?
Yeah.
I saw a guy on a snowmobile on the lake in the summer. He was on the sand and he snowmobiled onto the lake. And so like he worked a couple times. Like he got across, but then one time he slowed down and it sunk his snowmobile.
Wait. Oh, the lake wasn't frozen?
No, it was in summer.
Oh, I've seen
I've
videos.
seen videos of that
Yeah.
too.
You get
Yeah.
going really fast.
Yeah, so like he was
Yeah.
working. He got across a couple times, and me and my dad were sitting
Dude.
there like, this guy is gonna totally sink his snowmobile.
Yeah,
and he did
why
it.
would you risk that?
He was like close to the shore too, and he just didn't quite get it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
One time, so my parents like have some waterfront, and they rent out like a certain space for some people to park their boats there.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and this one summer, this person was like renting out the spot to park their boat, so we like got to know them a little bit or whatever. And then one day they went out to go wake surfing, and they were really into that and had like a boat that could make like sort of big like waves to go wake surfing. But apparently if you want an even bigger wake, you need more weight in the boat. So they brought in a ton of sandbags and put them in the back of the boat so it weighs it down and the wake gets bigger.
They put too much in.
It turns out they did it for the day, then they came back, parked their boat, and left.
Okay.
But I guess they decided to leave the sandbags in the boat, and I don't know what happened, but somehow, like, I don't know if there was a leak or something, but those weighed too much, and the boat sank. The whole boat, like it's like shallow, so you could literally look down and see a sunk
your
boat.
boat.
How did they get it out?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even think I was born yet. Like, I was really young, but it was just like really funny.
That would
Not
suck.
funny. It would be tragic.
Can you imagine? You just walk to your pier and like
It's just sunk.
you just see your boat underwater.
Yeah. One time at that same lake with the guy with the snowmobile, I saw people used to drive on the beach in their cars, like in their trucks. And one guy was like driving near the water and he got stuck. And then this other idiot's like, "Oh, I'll help you out." And he drives in the water and he got stuck. So there were like two or three different cars that ended up getting stuck in the water.
Yeah. There's this one thing that I've always wanted to try that I always saw growing up. Not always. There's this one guy on the lake that always did it. I've never seen anyone else do it, but it's called an air chair. And it's a ski, like a single water ski, but it's attached to a pole, like a pogo stick, and there's a seat on it. And then there's like a middle little blade. And so you're literally sitting like you're on a unicycle for water and
seen
holding onto a
pictures of
rope.
those,
What?
yeah.
And you can like balance on the ski.
I've
That
seen
sounds
people like
horrible.
skiing that like snow skiing, but like it's like a chair and then you have little skis on each side and there's a handle. I saw this girl, like me and my sister took a ski class when we hadn't skied for like 8 years. We just took like a beginner ski class and this girl just couldn't even stand up. And later we're going up a lift and we see that same girl just going down the hill on that scooter thing. Like she
Are
gave
those
up.
designed for people who are like paralyzed or something?
I mean, I don't know. She sucked at skiing, but she was like flying down the hill. I don't know.
That's funny. All right, so Walkerton, Indiana.
Yes.
What's your town like? You said you got like there's no grocery store. There's
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 a McDonald's and like
and he told me I was mind blown. You told me there's a tattoo parlor in town.
new just like within a couple years. That's
That's so funny.
yeah. No, there's a Chinese place like Subway.
That's about it.
I mean, there's like a couple like one of my friends like parents own like a small diner like that's right kind of downtown, but like and that's probably the nicest thing like in my town.
Yeah.
So is everyone pretty much white there or?
Yeah.
Is
Like
it-
That's
do
what
you-
I would figure.
Is it similar to when we talked to my buddy Blake? He said like
and there's 6 churches because we talked about that yesterday.
Oh yeah.
you don't even have a grocery store
Yeah.
and there's 6 churches.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, that
so
makes
crazy.
sense.
All different kinds though, you know. We got a little bit of each.
All different
Yeah.
kinds of Christianity, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the Midwest.
There's not gonna be a Muslim
and
temple
here,
like
well,
the
and like
Midwest.
for a little bit more context, like where I live, Walkerton, because for some reason everybody thinks they're in the South. So like one of the nicknames that you'll hear sometimes is Walker-Tucky.
Wait, what's that mean?
Like Kentucky, like Walker, Kentucky, because
Kentucky.
And they're like, so you see like all the Confederate flags, you see like, and
yikes.
we're like northern Indiana, like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like
But-
you're not remotely.
We
the
were
South.
Union, like no.
Yeah.
However, I mean, if you want to get real technical, the Mason-Dixon line separates the North from the South, like technically, and that goes through Indianapolis, which is like in the midpoint of Indiana.
So are you above that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But
okay.
so even if you want to get technical,
Yeah.
we're
Gotcha.
still north.
All right. Are a lot of people in Indiana racist? Would you say?
At least in your town, not just Indiana as a whole.
Well, yeah. But
From what I'm familiar with, then I would say yes.
yeah.
I would say yeah. I mean,
It's unfortunate.
and it's just like, they're just like, especially in the town that I grew up in. I mean, like, in my like high school, like going to school, like there was a couple black kids, like a couple Chinese people, like
And other than that, it's just all white.
yeah,
kids.
yeah. I mean, you have like a handful of Hispanics, but like that's about it. And like all people do for like the majority of people that work in like this area are like factory workers and like laborers and things like that. So
Yeah.
like
One thing.
small town.
One thing that blew my mind that you told me when I met you at APU,
Okay.
which is in like LA,
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, there's like a statistic that like 95%
Oh,
of people,
like 85%. So like, okay, is this like the kids that don't move away?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like in Indiana and like I think the Midwest in general, like 85% of like people's children, like when they grow up and have their own house, live within like 10 miles of their parents.
That would suck.
So like, well, and for example, like, my family's kind of different because like my sister moved to South Carolina, so like she lives in South Carolina.
She got out.
Yeah, she got out. My brother still lives in Indiana, but like he lives like an hour away.
Yeah.
And then like of my high school, the graduating class, I was like one of 3 kids that left the state for college.
Damn.
You
So,
got
like,
out. You're basically your whole family got out.
Yeah, like, and
Alright.
I credit my mom because like she growing up, she was always like, you have to like get out of this place and like see that there's so much more. Like,
There's more than Walker. Tucky.
yeah. There's so much more to the world.
Walker, Tucky.
And like I think now, like she's probably like, man, I shouldn't have pushed my kids so hard to leave.
Yeah.
Now you just don't want to come back.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah. So do you love it there? Like, would you want to live there, or are you set on?
No, Walkerton sucks. Indiana sucks. And like part of it is because there's nothing to do. Like it's not like around here where you can just go like 20 minutes and you're somewhere like really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Notre Dame is like a half hour away, so like I guess you can go to like Notre Dame games.
But
and,
it's like that's
Yeah.
just like a college campus.
yeah,
so.
and like it's sad that like sometimes people just go to like the Notre Dame bookstore and like walk around for fun. Like that's that is something that people do. I did that growing up. Like
Hey, let's go to the bookstore.
yeah, like that's a thing because it's
Yeah.
huge. But I mean, so like yeah, there's just nothing to do.
So you're pretty set on living in LA,
Yeah, like
make movies.
yeah. I mean, yes.
Then people from Walkerton in like 20 years they'll look you up on IMDb. They'll be like, oh my God, he's from my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll all try to be in your movies.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be annoying.
I'll start hearing from people that I haven't heard from and
Exactly.
We'll hear
Yeah.
from people you hated in high school that were like
They're like,
super.
yo,
they
dude,
were
I'm trying to be an
dicks.
actor.
yeah,
Like, put me in a movie.
Yeah. Nope.
Yo, bro, here's my reel. I acted in a short film 2 years ago. It's really good, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
that'd be
I'm sure
really
it'll
funny.
happen.
Ted Bundy's from here,
See?
from our hometown.
We
yeah.
don't
Big
even,
celebrity.
Yeah, we don't have any celebrities. I mean,
Well, is he a celebrity?
Yeah, that's the
he
thing.
has movies like
Dude, Anthony told me he went.
oh, I was at WonderCon, which is like one of the biggest comic book conventions in California. Well, I think in the US.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, we were walking around and like people usually like will hand out like postcards with like different ads on them. And I'm walking around and like this old lady, like dressed in all black, hands me this card and I look down at it and it's an advertisement for serial killer trading cards. And I look down
What?
I look down at this and I'm disgusted
Yeah,
like
it's
right away.
so messed
and so
up.
like I head to the nearest trash can to throw it away. And this trash can is just littered with these same cards because like we're comic book fans. We don't want to support this.
Yeah.
Like
What kind of psychopath is like, let's take the most gruesome human beings on planet Earth and like put put them together and then sell them.
A lot of those people, I know a lot of guy serial killers. They'll have a lot of these like fangirls.
Yeah,
who are,
like
obsessed
they
with them, and they just like are like,
write
oh my
them
god, Ted Bundy. Like,
yeah.
Wait,
they just like,
yeah.
he got
Like
married. He got married while he was like in prison.
Yeah, see, that happens all the time.
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
like
whoa,
even
what?
even like Charles Manson.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like he had people that were still writing him in
was
prison,
so
like
ugly.
fan mail and stuff. So like, there's some messed up.
Wait,
people
it's
in
it's
the
like a
world.
fetish or like a kink. Like people.
It's just like, yeah, there's people that are just they love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you marry him? He's gonna kill you.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
my
Dumb
God.
people.
That happens all the time. Like
Yeah.
you'll see like women writing, or I'm sure it happens with like men and like female prisoners
Yeah.
too. But like, yeah, they'll start
A
writing
lot of
these
them,
murderers and
they
stuff.
can sell a bunch of stuff too. Like they'll,
Oh, yeah.
like they'll sell the
Sell
paintings
merch.
that they make.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically, it's like, oh, Ted Bundy's painting.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can sell their
yeah.
paintings.
Damn. So they have no trouble making a living after prison.
Well,
Be
they're
like,
in
hey, you
prison.
want my?
they're in
They're not
prison,
gonna get
so-
out of prison.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Well, he did twice. I
He
think.
escaped
He
prison.
escaped. He
He
escaped custody a couple
twice,
times, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like jumped out of a window.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe
we'll
The
see in the
courthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I really have to watch that movie.
I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch it.
And after that, you got to watch the documentary.
Yeah, I
Because
really
it
want
shows. If you guys have seen the Ted Bundy Ted
It's
Bundy
like-
files or
Ten Bundy tapes.
to. Yeah.
Ted Bundy tapes, yeah.
Yeah.
that takes place around Seattle area, and there's a place where they talk about Lake Sammamish Park
That's
State Park,
literally like
That
right
is,
where we
like
grew
right
up.
down the road from here. It's crazy.
It's kind of
Weird.
like, although like you were talking about how it's so messed up that they were like offering trading cards
Yeah.
or whatever, and like obviously no one wants that, but in a sense,
There is a morbid curiosity
Yeah.
about
I
it.
find it so interesting.
like
Yeah, it's
we kind of
fascinating.
support it in the same way by watching all these movies and documentaries.
Yeah, we do. And
Yeah.
like it's just it's curiosity. Like what made these people tick? Like
Yeah.
what is it?
And like, of course, everyone knows that it's like fucked up, and it's not like we support it, but it's like, to me, that's way more interesting than watching a lot of other types of documentaries.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, you don't see it all the time. That's
Yeah,
why people
yeah.
like war stuff. Like people don't want to go to war.
But
those
they'll
prison
watch
shows
it.
too,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
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 Um,
Prison Break.
I loved Prison Break.
So
You have to watch Silence of the Lambs still.
So
I
good.
know, I
haven't
haven't
watched
watched it yet.
How
Such
have
a
you
great
not
movie.
watched it?
I don't know.
It's on Netflix.
I've heard it's
Yeah.
scary. I'm
It's
scared.
not
It's
scary.
not scary
It's
at
like
all.
a thriller.
Yeah, you're not. You're fine.
It's not even really. Yeah.
Kyle, okay, in your opinion,
Okay.
the other day Kyle and I were like debating prison, and I was like, oh, it wouldn't be that bad to go for a couple years.
It
and
would be
he's like,
pretty bad.
He's like, I think you're underestimating how bad prison is.
Yeah.
Do you think in movies and shows, do they overestimate, or not estimate, do they make prison seem worse than it is or not as bad as it is?
I bet it's not. I bet they say it's not as bad as it is.
What?
I bet it's even worse.
Yeah.
When they got like
It depends what prison.
shanks
Depends
and
what
like,
prison. Everyone has a shank. Like
Yeah,
I've
like-
heard interviews. Like I've listened to a podcast of like a former prisoner, and he's talking about like how common it was. Everyone has a shank. If you can find a piece of fence, like break off a piece of the fence, and like everyone's got a shank.
oh my God.
And like there is sexual things that happen. And
You don't see
You
that
know?
in many of the TV shows.
Yeah, that's,
yeah,
well,
they
I mean,
don't.
it's implied sometimes, but they'll never like show
No.
it.
Yeah. And there's fights all the time too.
All right, so we're gonna get away from the whole serial killer thing, so
Let's.
people,
Yeah.
it's not the best.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle, you had something you wanted to talk about?
So I had one of the weirdest dreams I have ever
I
had.
love it.
I woke up. It was one of those dreams where I woke up and I was just like, what?
And you just had to like sit there for a minute.
Yeah, and I woke up at like 6 and I wanted to write it down. I was like, oh, I need to remember this, but I was so tired. I didn't want to write it down. And then I woke up again later and I still remembered it. So, so then I wrote it down.
nice.
Did the dream continue?
No.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
wow, I'm
no.
surprised you remembered it.
Yeah.
I know. Most of the time
this
you
one,
know.
This one really just hit home. Not really though. It's just the most random. Okay, here's what I wrote. So I was on The Amazing Race. In the dream, I was both people on the team. So it was a normal guy, and the other guy.
Wait, you were both.
So I was both. So one of the people was just like this normal looking dude. I don't know who it was.
Okay.
And the other guy was Taco Fall, who is he's a 7'6" player. Basketball
he's a
player,
college basketball
giant
player.
basketball player. But Taco Fall was in the form of a centaur. So he was a horseman, and he's like 7'6", so he was the size of a horse.
He's a big
He was
horse.
7 foot
So it's
6
just like me
horseman.
and this horseman. We're on a team, and so
Okay.
in the challenge we had to dive down in ice water to grab stuff and bring it up. But Taco kept panicking when he got in the water. Probably his hooves, like he can't
Yeah.
really swim. So like every time Taco jumped in the water, he just like kept like drowning, and we're like,
Oh
and like the
my
other guy was like,
gosh.
"Oh my God, Taco, swim!" Like, jeez, and like he was yelling at Taco, and so like I was getting both perspectives. I was like drowning and being freezing, and like, and then
Were
I was
you on drugs? Were you high? Dude?
no,
You were
And then-
simultaneously both perspectives.
like I would flip back and forth. Like sometimes I would like be Taco and dive in and just like not be able to do anything, and I'd be the other guy
Oh my
looking down like,
gosh.
"Are you kidding me, dude? Like, get up!" And so
Wait, sorry. What were you? You're trying to get what in the water?
you're just like trying to swim down in some ice water and grab something. I don't really
Okay.
know. I don't remember too
Sure.
well. So he kept yelling at Taco. And also this is very weird. We kept snapping Taco's tail and his horse body for some reason.
Snap like.
Like those like glow sticks. You know,
Yeah.
to crack them.
Yeah.
We kept doing that to his body and his tail.
Did it light up?
No. It was for some reason it made him a better swimmer.
That makes no sense.
So he kept
Okay.
cracking his tail,
Okay.
and by the end, this there was like in my head there was a before and after picture of what he looked like before we broke him, and after we broke him, he got like way longer, like, just looked really deformed and like deflated.
Maybe what happened was when you like cracked him like a glow stick, it released like chemicals
Like
that was more
endorphins.
buoyant.
Oh, yeah.
Or yeah, endorphins where he had more energy.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he just got longer and like looked more deformed.
So you just stretched
You
him.
just stretched
So
him
we
out.
we broke Taco.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Then what?
That was it?
like that's all I remember.
Did you win the race?
Yeah, did you win?
No, like I woke up after that after we saw the side by side of like before and after.
Huh.
I don't know how to interpret that.
that like you.
I think you're facing a great struggle in your life, and you're not sure.
Yeah.
You have dueling personalities in your head.
Oh,
One side is like you gotta do this. The other side is like, why are you doing
Just
that?
a drowning horse.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
it's all subconscious.
Yeah. So one of you is this average guy. One he wants to be spectacular.
He wants to be something
He wants
special.
to be
be
huge,
great.
Yeah,
enormous, but
yeah.
he's also just like failing and flailing his
Yeah,
arms.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, and the other side's just like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Now, why the freezing water? We did watch a documentary about Iceman a while ago. The Iceman?
I don't think that.
Oh,
was
like
it.
the guy frozen that they found? What?
No.
Now, why Taco Fall? That's a very random guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have
I
a
don't know.
connection with him?
I've seen him play basketball before.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We
I
did
don't know.
text about him a lot.
Yeah, like
He
he
was
was
a
like
fu-
he was funny
guy.
just because he's
He's so
just this
awkward and
giant.
big.
Yeah,
And that's his real name?
Taco. Yeah.
Tako.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
okay.
his last
okay,
name is
okay.
Fall, right?
Yeah.
Fall.
hmm
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my dream.
Well,
That's so random.
You know.
you want to hear something else really random?
Yeah.
Of course.
This is a story that I thought of when rewatching the podcast we did with my sister,
Okay.
and I think you guys would just find this. It's from when I was young,
Okay.
so I thought
Let's hear
you'd
it.
find it entertaining. Okay, so when I was really little, like at the age where your parents still put your pajamas on for you, and like,
Okay.
so I don't know what
12.
So I don't know what age
Like
that
3,
stops
4?
at, but when I was like, 3 or 4, whatever, and like, so anyways, I guess what happened was when I didn't understand that just because it was time to put my pajamas on didn't mean it was time for me to actually have to go to bed yet. And my parent, like, I thought that if I was in my pajamas, they were going to put me to bed, and I didn't want to go to bed yet.
Okay.
So for literally, I think it was like 6 months or a year, every time my parents would be like, John, it's time to put your pajamas on, I would go, like, they literally thought I was possessed by the devil. They said I would go absolutely insane. Like,
Jeez.
and they said it was weird because I was a really chill kid. I was super normal, and I didn't
bedtime.
talk until
Just
I
didn't
was
wanna
like
go to bed.
5 or something.
Okay, that's
So like,
weird.
or 4 or 5. So I didn't talk for a long time. Like, I was very calm.
Yeah.
But every time they'd be like, all right, John, we got to put your pajamas, I would just scream, run around the house, punch them, kick
I
them.
feel like that happens
Oh my
with kids.
gosh.
No, but like,
But yeah, that's
I,
just too
I
much.
remember
It's
it
a
and
little
I
extreme.
don't have like good memories. Like, no, I mean, I don't.
Well, it's not a good memory. So.
I mean, no, I remember that months long thing vividly, but the rest of like being 4 and 3 or 5, I don't remember anything. But I remember this.
Are you sure you weren't 12?
I was like
I
4.
think he was.
And so
Probably
they
was.
said, literally, they'd be like, I would go like, like punch, kick. They said my face would get so red.
Did you, like,
and I
crab
would
walk?
scream so much
Head
that
spin?
they thought my veins were gonna pop or that I was gonna pass out because I would run out of oxygen from screaming.
Why didn't you want to go to bed?
What a
Because I
strange
guess it was.
kid.
I know.
Listen,
I
listen.
didn't do that.
And then So they could never get me in, and so like sometimes they would just give up, but eventually I did it for so long that what they would start doing is my mom would pin my legs down. My dad would pin my arms down,
Okay,
and then
just
my
put your clothes
sister would have to come in and put it over my head as I was like you know when you're in when they in movies when they like pin people to those doctor chairs and they like are trying to move.
Yeah.
They would like do that to me.
It's sad that they had to do that.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me.
I mean, that kind of happened. Like, my sister didn't like putting her pajamas on, but like, there's a home video of my dad chasing her around. She's like in a diaper, but she's not like crying. She's just like,
psycho.
"No, you're not gonna catch me." And he's like, "Hey, come back."
Yeah,
See,
like
that's cute. That's terrifying.
yeah.
But then what I remember from my childhood is I hated brushing my teeth. And so my mom used to brush my teeth for me. Like, that happens with parents, you know?
Yeah.
And so my mom, I remember, she would always be like, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I always chose the hard way.
Of course.
What was the hard way?
I'd just get pinned down, basically.
Oh, my God.
I remember her, like she'd pin me down and brush my teeth. Like, I remember in the middle of the hallway just being pinned down to my back. And
She's like
brushing my teeth.
above you.
Yeah, and then one time I remember, like, I was, like, in the bathtub. Like, she, like, trapped me in the bathtub. That sounds weird.
It's your mom.
But yeah, I remember her like. I just remember like my back was on the edge of the bathtub and like I had been like pinned like that on the edge of the bathtub, and she's like, "I have to brush your teeth."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't really do anything like that.
Do you have any crazy stories from when you were little?
I mean, I didn't like taking medicine, but like I don't think any kid does.
Yeah.
So like I would just run around like and hide in my sister's closet and stuff.
yeah.
Now, like eventually, my mom wised up though, and eventually like she stopped saying like, "Okay, like take this medicine," and she just started spiking my like Hawaiian Punch and Sprite.
That's
with,
smart.
Because I never tasted it. And then as I got older, I was like, "Hey mom, I feel sick. Can I have like that Hawaiian Punch and Sprite?" Because like I thought that's what made me better, and she just put the medicine in that.
Wow.
I couldn't taste it, so
Smart.
I got better.
So eventually she told you.
I didn't find out until I was like way older than I
Like 18?
20.
No, I was like probably 13 or 14, and I had stopped. I had started taking like medicine like at that point, but like my mom didn't tell me. My dad ended up telling me like.
You mean like the liquid medicine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
those are so gross.
So that I know why would nobody wants to take that.
Like I'd rather take a shot of like alcohol. Than
It's like if they can make it in a liquid form, you think they could just make it in a pill form?
Well,
I
they
guess little
can, but like
kids
little kids
can.
can't take pills.
Yeah, and like even today, like I hate taking pills or anything, so I
Yeah.
take it with applesauce.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like an old person. Like here you go.
Yeah. See, I have a really, really tiny mouth, and so for a long time I couldn't. What? I have a tiny mouth, like internally. Like,
It doesn't look that small.
It's
It
small.
doesn't look
It
that
doesn't go
small.
back very far.
Open your mouth.
Oh well.
I can't really see.
Yeah.
It looks normal to me.
I don't
But
know.
all right, I'll take your word for it.
I mean the orthodontist has told me I have a small mouth, so.
Oh, that's
you
proof.
have a small mouth.
It's like thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, but
So you wouldn't do well in jail.
That's horrible.
no, that would be good because they wouldn't want me to suck their
Nah, I feel like
dick.
they might be into that. All right, let's move on from this.
So I
Alright.
couldn't swallow pills.
Yes.
So I would literally just chew the pills, like the gross pills, like ibuprofen and shit that taste disgusting.
And that was
like
better. Like
That
for
was my
you?
only alternative.
I've done that before.
Well, what I would
An accident.
I would try to cut it like in half with like a knife and then put it in like yogurt or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It was psychological. Like it would get. I
Why-
know it was in there.
Well, at that point, why didn't you just like ground it up and like put it in
Snort
stuff?
it.
I just started chewing them. They taste so bad.
Well, I'm
They taste
sure you're.
really,
They're
they're
not
really
they're-
bitter.
Well, yeah, they're not meant to be chewed.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I remember the first time because I always had those little like Tylenol chewable things like grape or whatever.
yeah.
And then the first time, I was at my dad's house and he didn't have any of those, and I had a headache or something. And the first time I tried a pill, he told me that I had to swallow it, and I just couldn't. I accidentally chewed it, and it was so
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
And I did that with an Advil liquid gel one time.
Oh, you bit
Ooh.
through a liquid gel?
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Right.
Dude,
I
it like
squirted.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was like I just needed. I felt like I needed to just scrape my tongue. Like it was like this weird feeling in my tongue. I was just like
Oh.
scraping my tongue. Yeah, it sucked. So never bought an Advil.
Lesson
Pro tip.
learned.
What else, Anthony? Hit me with something about Indiana, something about Walkerton or Chicago or
Well, Chicago's awesome. So
Yeah,
like,
I've never been there.
It's-
Is it really windy? Like,
Yeah, why is it called the Windy City?
So
well, I know it's windy, but
well, part of it, I mean, it is windy, but part of it, at least from my understanding, is like originally when that name came about, like it wasn't because it was like the windiest city, but like the politicians were so like, they would go back and forth on their decisions, and so they were called like windy politicians because they would just kind of blow back and forth.
Whoa.
If you actually the windiest city is actually Boston.
really,
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never been to Boston either.
Interesting.
I want to go
I
to
have.
Boston.
It's a little disappointing.
Really,
But if you go to a Red Sox game,
Well, yeah.
amazing.
I
Fenway
wanna do
Park
that.
it's so cool.
it's on my bucket list.
So
Yeah.
cool.
What's the best place to go on the East Coast? You've been to South Carolina. You've been to New York.
I've been to
Boston,
Florida.
Florida. What's your favorite that you've been to?
Probably Philadelphia. Like
Oh.
I loved Philadelphia. I mean, it's been a while, but like I just thought it was a really cool city, and like I don't know, there's a lot to do, especially if you like history. Like
Yeah.
I do.
I was there, but I was in like 4th grade, so I couldn't appreciate anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with DC.
What are these
I hated
stupid
it.
buildings, Mom?
I was
Let's
like,
go.
I don't care about Abraham Lincoln, Mom.
You know what's funny? Until I was in like 7th or 8th grade, I would only read nonfiction. So like, yeah. So like when you're saying
You're
like,
such a nerd.
yeah, no. So like when other people are like, I don't care about Abraham Lincoln. I was like,
He's
in
my
that
idol.
At that age, I was like, well, for Halloween one year, I was Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my
For
god.
Halloween-
Gabe from The
Wait,
Office.
I was Abraham Lincoln one year. I was Benjamin Franklin one year.
Oh
like
my.
yeah.
All the other kids are like Ninja Turtles,
Yeah,
Power Rangers,
Jedis,
Jedis,
yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
In the best way possible, you are one of the nerdiest people I've ever met.
Hey, I'll,
Like,
I'll
it's
take
like-
that.
nowadays.
Huh?
It's a compliment.
It is.
Yeah.
It is now. Like the culture is completely shifted. Like now it's cool to be a nerd.
Yeah.
But like, I almost don't like that because like I liked a lot of these. Like I liked kind of being like.
Now it's kind of mainstream.
Yeah. Now it's all mainstream and like now.
You
like,
liked
it's
the
cool.
nerdy things before they were cool. You're like, no,
Yeah.
like I liked that before it was cool.
Yeah.
You
so
can't
now,
like it.
Yeah. Now it's a little different.
Yesterday was National Comic Book Day,
Free comic book day.
or National
It's called-
Free Comic
yeah.
Book Day. Okay.
Called Free Comic Book
Is there
Day.
a different day for National Comic Book Day?
Probably.
There's a day for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
So Anthony and I, like he's never been to Seattle, so yesterday was our first time in downtown Seattle. But he was like, we should go to a comic book store.
Yeah.
We got some free comic books, and then we went to this candy store,
Yeah.
and we were about to just leave and not get anything. But he's like, dude, like look at some of these drinks. So we were just looking. I wasn't even gonna buy any of them, but we found some of the most disgusting flavors of soda So we got
I'm
8
so
of them.
excited.
What did we get? We got
Grass.
grass,
Dirt.
dirt, ranch
Ranch.
dressing,
Ranch dressing. Pickle.
pickle.
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden.
There's an Osama bin Laden one.
Seal ya later.
See you later. There's a Kim Jong Un one. Nuclear
Lemonade.
lemonade.
Oh, all right.
And his it's a picture of him and like the name tag says like Rocket Man. So
So Kim Jong Un might taste good.
Yeah.
cookie dough bites, which
dough bites.
might actually be like
Might
I
just
think
be
it's gonna
too
be
sweet.
Better
really
than anything
sweet.
else.
Yeah.
And then there's one more. There's an 8th one. Can't remember. But the video we're gonna right after we record this, we're gonna record a video.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yeah, peanut butter jelly.
Oh, that might be all right.
A taste test video for all those on my personal channel. I'm sure people have done stuff like that before, but we thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun.
What do you think of Seattle so far?
I mean, I really like it. Some of the things that just really surprised me were like just how many trees there are here, like in this area. Because like I don't know, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but like for some reason I just didn't expect like even like in the city areas for just like trees. Like
You mean like the suburbs?
Yeah,
areas?
the suburbs, like just
Yeah,
separating
surrounded.
everything. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, that surprised me. And then Seattle, like downtown Seattle, I did not know it was so hilly.
Yes.
It's,
That
like, super
that
steep.
shocked me, like how steep it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it so far. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I love all the trees.
It's like I've been I heard people talk about how San Francisco was very hilly and like very steep, and it's not nearly as bad as San Francisco, but it's similar in the sense.
yeah,
yeah,
that's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my grandma used to drive us around Seattle, and she would drive my mom's car. My mom had a stick shift,
Oh,
and so my
man.
grandma would like stall the car on the hills, and we'd be
Yeah.
like in the back seat, just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was telling him about that because like especially because there's so many stoplights, and if it's during
couldn't
rush
believe
hour,
it. Yeah.
you
Just always roll back.
Yeah, you always roll back.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Yesterday, Anthony and I were just exploring Seattle, and there's like certain areas of Seattle, like there's this one area called Capitol Hill where it's like a big gay community, we were walking around. We're like, oh, it's funny because like everyone here probably thinks we're gay because we were dressed pretty nice and like
go to the comic book
going
store.
to the comic book store. Then we go to candy shop together, and then we go to this like fancy seafood place because my parents had a gift. My parents had a gift card there. Like we wouldn't have gone there without a gift card. We never would have gone there.
So expensive.
But we go there, and we just look at each other. We're like, they
This doesn't
definitely
look good.
think we're gay.
And it's like. It was prom night for people too.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of people like with their dates, like with their girls, and then there's Anthony and I. We're dressed like not like super nice.
If you guys had suits on, that'd have been so funny.
Yeah.
What'd you guys get?
I got fried oysters, which were amazing.
Not a big oyster.
Not either. I'm afraid.
But like, okay. Also, on the side, there was this like Jack Daniel's whiskey sauce that came with.
Dude, you could literally taste the whiskey.
Yeah, like I
really?
didn't. No, I did like because I didn't know that's what it was, and so when I was trying this, I was like, that's so strong. Like, and so I asked the guy, and he was like, oh yeah, that's the Jack Daniel's whiskey sauce.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
an
like,
entire bottle.
It tasted more like bourbon than it did like actual sauce.
It was like no, I was like, you couldn't eat it. It was so strong.
Gross.
Yeah. Oh, we saw a whole group of Disney princesses
On a boat.
On a boat.
Seattle.
Like
Yeah.
Well, no, what we think is that since it was prom night, who had like this rich group of kids probably rented this boat. And
the Disney princesses.
The Disney princesses were like the theme, and they were like the workers, and they were all dressed. And there was guys with like.
There was a Jedi.
There was a Jedi too.
Was it like Tolo?
No, because the people at prom were dressed up in their fancy dresses and tuxes.
Oh, that's weird.
But then I think those were the employees of like a themed dinner.
Yeah.
Or something.
That kind of sucked.
But how come princesses were with Jedis? They're not even.
Disney.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, it's true. They're both Disney.
It's probably just like a Disney themed package that you could buy.
It's Seattle's version of Disneyland.
Yeah.
A little boat.
It's the closest thing you can get.
Have you ever done that ride the ducks thing?
That's the thing that it can go in water and on the land. I haven't. Oh, I heard. Yeah. So there's this thing in Seattle called Ride the Ducks.
I have it in Boston too, I think.
Oh, really?
I've been
know what
on
that
one
is?
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
forget
have
where
them
I forget where it was, but I have been on one before.
I just.
Did
those
you guys
still sketch me out?
Well, yeah, especially after that thing that happened like last year or two when like it flipped. Like people died.
On
Like
a
it
bridge.
was
Really
it was like a
God.
bad thing.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I'm weirded out to go on helicopter rides ever since
Why?
that one in New York crashed in the Hudson River. Is
Oh,
that what it's
I thought
called?
that was a plane.
No, it was a helicopter.
That's Sully. You're thinking of Sully.
That's
Yeah.
a famous plane
Yeah.
crash.
Tom
But,
Hanks landed the plane.
Yeah.
but no, but it's called Fly On NY. It's like a company. It's like you can pay for these private
That sounds
helicopter
horrible.
tours, and they open up the door and you can
sounds awesome.
hang your feet out.
No.
Yeah,
I'm so down for that.
You're strapped in, but you sit on the floor of the helicopter, and you're strapped in, and you can take pictures. It's like for photographers
Yeah,
or
I'm
whatever.
sure.
And you
That
take
doesn't-
photos of your feet dangling over New York. And
No.
stuff.
No.
But it crashed, and then everybody in the helicopter died. So,
Well,
yeah,
Well,
it happens.
we've talked a lot about death on
I
this
know.
podcast.
And they say you're safer in a helicopter than like a car, though.
Kyle and I the other day were talking like, isn't it crazy that the whole world has just agreed on these like arbitrary lines and rules when you're driving? Like, we're just not gonna kill each other when we're driving 80 miles an hour.
However, if you go to like some places like in India and stuff, like there really are no rules.
Yeah.
Like people like
they just
crazy
lay
stuff.
on their horn.
Yeah,
And pedestrians have no right of way either.
yeah,
It's like if you get hit, like that's your fault.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. I went to this one part of Mexico, and we were in like a cab, and I was so scared because there's so many loud noises going on everywhere. People yelling at you in Spanish. I'm like,
Yeah, Karina, this is sad. But back to death. My sister, she studied abroad in Mexico, and on the roads that she would walk down, the side of the road was so narrow, like the sidewalks you have to walk down. So like if you step out one little bit, like you'll get hit. And so it wasn't common for people to like die walking around. And so she like saw a body that was covered that was like had been hit. And
they
they're
just
like
cover it up. They just cover it with a cloth and then keep going.
well, I mean like they were picking.
Probably
I don't
dealing
know. They were
with
dealing
it.
with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, oh my god, what happened? Someone's like, yeah, like got hit by a car. Like it happens here.
Jeez.
So
That would be horrible to live in a place like, oh yeah, like that just happened.
it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, he's walking down the street. Like, damn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
got him.
Well, on that note, let's do some slightly offensive would you rather questions to wrap it up.
Those are always good.
Okay.
It's always a good wrap up.
Would you rather always get your food slightly undercooked or slightly burnt?
Burnt. You
I
can't
don't
get
mind
sick
it.
from it.
Yeah, I don't mind being burnt or
Yeah.
like my food.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I guess that's the only
Because
reason
if
is
you get
because
chicken undercooked, like
you'll get sick.
you're gonna get sick. Like,
Undercooked steaks, like okay.
yeah, that's like okay, but like a little burnt.
Let's
Yeah.
say if it
I'd
was
rather-
guaranteed you couldn't get food poisoning, would you
But then
get
it's like pizza rolls, and then they're like
Yeah,
kinda
then they're still
slightly
doughy.
cold.
Yeah, no.
And even then, I'd rather have slightly burnt chicken than undercooked chicken.
yeah.
I kind of like my toast burnt a little bit.
You know that causes cancer.
What?
Everything
Burnt
does.
toast.
Burnt? No.
Everything
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
it does.
yeah, we're all gonna die. You know,
I'm
Anthony.
just saying, like,
I used to work at a restaurant, and
I've
there was a
heard that.
guy that would come in. I might have told this once. I don't remember, but he would come in and specifically ask for his toast to be black. He wanted it like so burnt to where it would just fall apart when you bit it.
Ew.
that guy probably has cancer.
That like
What
when
about
I-
bacon? Do you guys get your bacon super like?
I
burnt?
like mine chewy.
Oh,
I love mine chewy. I like chewy
No.
bacon.
I don't know. It depends. It depends on the cut of the bacon. Like if it's a really good cut of bacon, I want it a little chewier.
Yeah.
But if it's like a shitty microwave bacon, I want that like blazed because I don't want it to be like
I
all
still want
fatty.
Oh,
soft.
so regardless, you still want it hard.
No, if it's a
a
nice
little-
piece of bacon, I don't want
you
it.
if it's
I'd-
like a thick cut
Yeah.
bacon,
You
I want some chew.
flimsy?
Not-
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like
not
the
like
opposite.
no, not like flimsy.
oh,
Like
I want mine like
Just
like,
like
like
yeah,
if
I
I have like
want
a
chew.
if I have a nice thick cut bacon, I want it to be rock solid where
Why?
it'll bite and it'll
gross.
just crumble. Well, I mean, not
See,
soft to where it'll break
And like
apart.
I feel like all the flavor at that point is like just cooked out of it
Yeah.
almost.
no,
exactly.
you can taste it all.
No,
No,
you
it's
can't.
so
That's
much
because
better.
then it becomes like bacon bits, and like
Yeah.
if I want bacon
Bacon
bits,
bits are great.
it's only salt basically.
it's flavored salt to that point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of you guys disagreeing with me, what are your thoughts on that? This is just a norm. Whenever we have a guest, we ask them, what do they think about In-N-Out and Arby's?
Which one do you want me to answer first?
In-N-Out.
I think it's overrated. It's good,
My
but
guy right here.
like it's good. It's okay,
Yeah.
but like it's not even the best.
Thank you.
Overrated.
not
and the
the-
fries suck.
Yes.
Like horrible
so
fries.
you don't think out of the fast food burger joints, it's not the best?
Well, I don't know about. I'm just saying it's
Habit,
overrated.
the Habit burger.
Oh well, see if the Habit's on there, then the Habit is, and even that fat burger that I had the other day for the first
You
time,
like that?
I like that. It wasn't as good as the Habit,
Yeah.
but like I thought that even
Yeah.
that was better than
Yeah.
In-N-Out. In-N-Out is not good.
Mm-hmm. And people who are like, "Oh, Five Guys is like way better." Like,
Dude,
No,
Five Guys is like it tastes good, but it's so
It's
expensive.
so
expensive.
expensive.
Not
and
worth
again,
it.
and again, the fries not that
It's
good.
very
Yeah.
average to me.
It was, yeah.
Um,
The Habit though.
Habit
Hey,
is the best.
good.
Yeah, for people who don't know what the Habit is, they had it in California when I went to
Yeah.
school there, and that's where I found out about it. But they didn't have it in Washington or Texas or the other places I've lived. But like a couple months ago, they just added in the first one in Washington.
So good.
They need
It's
to
amazing.
they need to expand that franchise.
It's not too expensive. Amazing burgers. They have
Great shakes.
sandwiches.
The onion rings are great.
shakes.
Yeah,
They have
it's just good.
malts if you don't
Yeah.
want to shake.
Yeah, it's so good.
We should
So-
go
You
there.
guys want to
today.
go there?
This is a
I'm
plug.
down.
This is a plug for the Habit now.
Yeah.
And
and
Arby's.
Arby's, yeah.
I like Arby's.
Hell yeah.
It's so I
Their
really
fries.
like it. Yeah. Oh, their curly fries, best
Okay,
fast food
Listen,
fries.
listen.
so good. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Fries can be like, I'm sure their fries are decent or good.
No,
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 they're
no,
good.
no, they're
No, they're
great.
good.
They are the best.
But just because it has good fries, it doesn't make up for the fact that
Their roast
meat
beef
is
is
just
pretty
like
solid.
It's
Dude,
like
that's what roast beef literally
It's just
is.
like-
It's
John,
flimsy
it
meat.
looks
You
like
said
you
you
look
haven't
like-
been to Arby's in like years, so how could you talk shit about it?
because the times I've had it, I've wanted to just throw up on the spot. It's like you take a dead person, take a cheese grater, slice off like chunks of their skin.
Do you
and
like
you-
roast
have you
beef?
eaten this
Okay, do you
before?
like roast beef?
Yeah, good
Are you
roast
sure?
beef.
It is
do.
good roast-
I do like good roast beef.
I don't know.
And this is good roast beef.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No.
But okay,
It's not
but
premium, but
aside
it's
from-
good.
Yeah. It's like it's average
It's
roast beef.
it is,
But like it's good. And like their chicken sandwiches, amazing.
I haven't had one.
See, you have to have.
Listen,
that's why I go. To
I'm
Arby's.
sure the chicken sandwiches.
I
could
think
be
they have
good,
onion
but
rings
when
too.
you
They're okay.
when you market your place, like when the staple of Arby's is the roast beef,
yeah.
it
Well,
should
we
be.
have the meats, so they have all the meats.
They have everything.
yeah, all the meat.
their roast-
You lost this.
It's all there.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Although I will say, if you're a fast food place and you have fish, you are disgusting.
McDonald's.
Filet of fish.
Gross.
Oh, I'd rather eat throw up.
And so overpriced.
Ew, really?
Yeah, it is. It's like $5.
They don't have that
Ew.
anymore, right?
No, they do.
One thing I wanted to ask you earlier.
Yeah.
So it's like a really small town,
Yeah.
right? So when you're like walking down the street,
There's one. First of all, there is one stoplight.
That's crazy.
oh my god.
Yeah.
If you're like just want to leave your house, you're walking down the
Yeah.
street, just want to go for a little stroll.
Yeah.
What's the odds that like another person you see, you know their name? Is it like pretty high? Or is it like everyone kind of just minds their business?
Everybody minds their own business. So
Really?
like, I think a lot of people think most small towns, like everybody knows everybody.
Oh,
And,
hey,
like,
Gerald. Hey,
Yeah,
Linda.
yeah. And like, I think to a certain extent, like that is because you do know a
You
lot
know,
of
like,
people.
of a lot of people, probably.
Yeah, yeah. And like, if you don't know them, somebody you know probably knows that person.
Okay.
So like, there's a lot of that. But people, and in general, they
Yeah.
mind their own business. Like, it's people are kind of. I don't want to say rude, but like, it's not as nice as you would you
Okay.
would think.
Okay.
I bet is if someone does something bad and it's like
Everybody knows.
Everyone
immediately.
knows, yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like people, there's a Facebook group that I'm a
Whole
part
town
of.
turns on him.
oh,
There's a Facebook group that's just for like people like that live in Walkerton.
Mm-hmm.
And if something like people are talking about it as soon as it happens, like
Oh, wow.
it's really crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So like if someone new moves in, are they just like so outcasted or like
No, and I think so the only thing really keeping my town alive in particular is our high school because I went to like it's ranked like in the top 25 in the state for
wow.
like high schools, and it's even ranked on some national lists too. So like it's a really good high school, and so people will move for that high school. So like there's always kind of new people, moving in and around the area.
yeah.
But yeah.
So is it one of those small towns that if I were to walk down the street, would I get looks?
I mean,
Maybe the way you dress is it
Yeah,
different?
it's true. Is it?
Because like you
Lots
could
of
probably
flannels.
tell like for example when we went to Seattle,
yeah.
you're like, oh, so this is how people dress.
Yeah, like hipsters. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people dress very country. Well, yeah, very country.
Like,
like
so like
tucked
if I
in,
wore, like,
tucked in
shorts
shirts, like everybody, most people.
So
will
if I
have
had
their
like shorts and a t-shirt, I would stick out a lot.
Wait,
like
if you're
this.
wearing jeans, and if you have a t-shirt on, do you tuck the t-shirt in?
Older people will,
Wow.
like people in their 40s and stuff.
Oh, what? 40s?
Okay.
Yeah,
People wear a lot of flannels.
lots
so
of cowboy
flannel
hats,
button-ups.
cowboy boots, like work boots.
I have a
big.
cowboy hat, so I could.
If
I
you
could
wore
rock
that, you'd fit in.
Hell yeah.
People wear cowboy boots.
Yeah, big belt buckles.
Yeah, duh.
You're not if it's not in the South. I'm
They
surprised. there's
think they
cowboy-
are.
Yeah.
They think they are, and like,
Damn.
but I will say this: like some people, they dress like that. They like you buy it. Like yeah, that person looks good in that.
Yeah.
Some people you see them
trying
walk-
too hard.
trying too hard, but some people like, and the people that do have horses and stuff, because a lot of people do have horses.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Fair enough. But like, if you don't have horses, you should not be wearing a cowboy
Yeah.
hat.
Do you feel like your style or lifestyle has changed at all since you moved from Indiana to LA?
I mean, not really.
Still about the
I'm
same.
pretty, yeah. But like, I will say, I was never like, I never really fit in there either, because it was weird, because growing up, like I always liked going to Chicago, and like we always traveled a lot. So like I always wanted to be that city kid.
Yeah.
And so I was like one of the only, like I was the city kid in the small town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You'd,
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dress a little different.
yeah.
You don't strike me as a small town person.
Yeah, no, I never was. And like,
Yeah.
because up until even like 7th grade, I lived in like the country, like across the street from a lake, like fields all around. Even then, like I didn't like going outside because you couldn't, because there's so many mosquitoes and gnats and like bees. If you go outside, like you're getting swarmed by bugs, and what fun is that?
Yeah.
Like,
It sucks.
yeah.
Is there such thing as an Indiana accent or a
I mean,
Hoosier
I
accent?
think so. I think we're.
Because
I
I
think
don't
it's up
notice
here in
yours
the
very
mountain.
much.
Yeah.
Like
There-
if I
there is.
like met like an older person,
Yeah.
You think I'd be able to tell? Be like, oh, you
I know.
talk a little
I know
different?
someone from Indiana who I used to work with, and she has like a southern accent. She's like, "Oh, lordy days," like she talks like that.
There are people even around where I live that do kind of sound like that, but I think that's more of a family thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're trying to think of like an Indiana accent, like even how like
Accent.
accent, like that is, I think that, and like because we're also kind of close to Chicago, I think we share some of their stuff too.
Oh.
Yeah, what's
okay.
like a Chicago accent?
Like the Bears, like duh.
The Bears.
Like really, like so like the and stuff will be like duh, and like they do D's instead of like THs and things like that. So we're not that
The
extreme,
Bears.
but like there is definitely like an accent that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like how you enunciate your
Okay.
words. and like apparently I say umbrella weird because
Umbrella?
because I like pause on I umbrella.
How do other people say
I
it?
don't know, Sam, because my
Umbrella?
roommate's back in
Wait,
California.
say it again.
Umbrella.
That's how I say
Wait,
it.
what? That's
Umbrella?
Yeah, see,
Umbrella.
maybe that's just I don't know.
Wait, is it or un?
It's
You say umbrella?
umbrella.
Is that, wait.
Wait, now it sounds weird.
Umbrella.
It's
I think
umbrella.
I don't
it's
know.
called umbrella.
No,
Is
No, it's
umbrella?
not, John. Oh, John,
Guys.
no,
No.
no.
Don't
Oh,
team up with me
no.
like
oh,
this.
honey, no.
Dude,
You
come
gotta-
on.
Whatever, man.
Umbrella.
Umbrella.
Would you rather have to fight 17 schools worth of kids, so around 6,800 to 7,000 kids?
What age?
Let's say like elementary school.
Let's say elementary school. So
Okay.
7,000 elementary
There's
school
some big
kids.
fifth graders.
Or fight 12 fully trained military service dogs.
Service
No,
dogs?
fuck no,
No,
I'm fighting
kids.
like
I'm
kids,
taking
yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
You get ripped to shreds by
But
no.
7,000 kids,
Yeah,
they
dude,
just pin you down and
swarm
suffocate you.
and just kick the shit.
Do you have a weapon?
I don't know.
Also, are they coming at you one at a time?
Oh, yeah.
You think I don't even think at one at a time I could, because even if
I
No,
could
no.
take kids.
Yeah, I would. No, I would take kids because there's
Because
Dog.
even a dog one-on-one,
I couldn't fight a dog.
I don't think
either.
so.
yeah, and with the little kids, I think you could like stomp like
I think you
5 at
just-
a time.
I think you just like
You could just push them
yeah,
down.
you can just push
Just
it
hold
down.
them
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Well, but like,
There are some.
if there's a
big
dog,
fifth
there's a part of me
graders.
that could think like I could calm this dog down.
No,
and we
you
could be
couldn't
friends.
though. It would rip out your jugular.
It's basically that wolf. That
Yeah,
wolf is coming
yeah.
at me, but
But
like,
way worse.
ugh.
Yeah, no, that would be horrible.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd fight the kids.
Would you rather have every single bad thing that's destined to ever happen to you happen in one day, or have every single positive thing that's destined to ever happen to you
Bad
happen in
things.
one day?
Bad things. Yeah.
I'd rather get it all over.
But what if
or-
that's death? Then you're just
Well, no.
and then you'll
that's
just
it.
die.
I don't think that's what it
No.
means.
I would think it would be like everyone around you dies. Oh, that would suck.
Oh, that would suck too.
But maybe the cumulative of all of the bad things weighed on top of one another will be just too much for you to bear, and then you'll just die
yeah,
as a
but
result
if you
of
have
it.
all the good things happen
Then you have
in
nothing
one
to
day,
look
then
forward
you have
to.
nothing to look forward to for the rest of your life. It will just be bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. And does that sound pleasing?
No.
Put it
No.
that way. But if you think about it this way, if you do every good thing that's ever going to happen to you in a day,
Yeah.
like, isn't the whole point of living life to live through the good experiences? So
And the bad.
but you could just get all the good ones over with and then not even have to do the bad and just be like, all right, peace out.
And
then
kill yourself?
That is like,
No.
but like
That's
you
not a good
did
way
all
to
the
live.
things you would have done in your life anyways. You would have had like the joy of having kids, watch them grow up, all in one
That sounds
day.
miserable.
Why? You're still experiencing them fully.
How does
A
that
day's
even
not
work?
long.
Yeah. No. No.
just
Guys,
have
it's
one
a
great day.
hypothetical here.
No.
No.
Whatever. Suit yourselves.
Oh, so you're choosing all the good things in one?
Yeah, that's what I would
John's
do.
just a contrarian. John
yeah.
always just picks the dumb answer.
He would be miserable for the rest of his life after that one good after those
Yeah.
12 and you're not even getting the full 24 hours because like you're factoring in sleep and stuff like
Yeah.
you're getting like 12 hours of like
Well, he'd get a
good
great
things.
night of sleep though.
Yeah, that would be one of them. This
Yeah.
was the best
Yeah.
best night of sleep I've ever had.
Have a cool dream.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a pocket watch that allows you to time travel
Pocket watch.
or a medallion that allows you to travel to alternate realities
Pocket
at
watch.
random?
Time travel.
Pocket watch for sure. Pocket. Wait, did I say that?
Pocket
So there's
watch.
either
watch,
time
yeah.
travel or go to alternate realities, like different dimensions.
Time travel.
Dude,
I would time travel.
I'd
I'd
much
just spit
rather
everywhere.
do a different dimension.
Why?
Because like the laws
Like
of
multiverse?
physics could be
The
different.
multiverse?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they reference it in Endgame, which was
Yeah.
trash. So
Oh, Anthony said he had a hot take on Endgame. You want to talk
no,
about it?
it's okay. Just
You're
no.
just frustrated.
I'm just so frustrated because if you like time travel movies, they like throw out the rules of time travel and say this is how time travel really works,
You're
and
like,
then
nope.
and then
It's
it's
not
just
accurate.
stupid.
Yeah.
You can't rewrite the rules.
Well, I think I would rather go to different dimensions because, like, time travel, you're either going to be older or younger, but it's the same laws of physics, same world
Wait.
you're in, everything.
I mean,
Wait
but
a
a
second.
different-
you wouldn't change with the time.
Yeah, you're not. It's not like if you go back in time, you're a baby.
We're saying like Back to the Future, like you could.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Like,
it
you
didn't
can-
specify. What if you could go to the future, but then you have to be old
No.
Well, then like
That's not how-
there's only limited years you could go to, and that'd be dumb.
Yeah, no, that's not how time travel works.
Yeah,
You're-
don't change it.
Yeah, you're writing new rules.
Okay, well, I would rather go to a different dimension where like
That would be
it's
cool,
on a
though.
different planet. There's different life forms.
Hang out with some aliens. What if they
Yeah.
just you get there and they immediately kill you?
Yeah, you'd be like a hostile. Yeah, no.
Oh. We're living it up in the 1950s.
Yeah,
and you're dead
yeah, we're
On-
having fun,
on Mars.
going to parties.
Why would you go to the 1950s?
I don't know why I said the
well, no,
1950s.
I would do 50s. I do the Roaring 20s.
Yeah, I hang out with Gatsby.
I'd go
Yeah.
to like the 1200s.
Why?
That'd be
the,
so
the
epic.
Dark Ages.
There's no toilet or running water.
Yeah, actually.
That's like the worst.
I would
time,
go
feel
like I would go for like a day
Like
to see
bubonic
like
plague.
Yeah,
I go
just to
I go
see.
meet Jesus. I would
well,
go,
I'd see if he's real.
Yeah.
I would go like I would go meet people like that, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't stay there overnight. Like I'm coming back to the 21st century.
I would want to meet like Gandhi.
Gandhi would be
MLK.
Oh,
Einstein,
I'd punch like
Abraham Lincoln. We could punch Hitler in the face.
yeah, punch Hitler,
Oh.
punch Osama,
Yeah.
punch Donald Trump.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
Yeah. See, like
Um,
all these great people.
all these
you
people
could
like
punch in the
attack.
face. Yeah.
That's what you get one day to travel anywhere in the world, and all you guys do. I'm
would
gonna
take-
go punch these guys.
I would take baby Kim Jong Un and punt him.
Kyle's talking about punting babies on our podcast.
But it's Kim Jong Un, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it? Are you allowed to talk
Yeah.
about killing babies
I
if
don't know.
the baby that you
I
want
don't
to
think
kill
so.
is
Because
a
the
bad
baby's
person?
innocent at that point.
Yeah.
Once he
They
turns
still have
bad,
a choice.
once he turns bad, then I'll punt him. But he'd be pretty big.
Do you guys
You
think,
want
do
to be
you
able to
think,
punt
Yeah,
him.
I'd tear my ACL.
He's a fat guy.
do you think bad people are like predestined from birth? There's like this debate on like, are serial killers just like they're just wired that
Back
way?
to serial
and
Back to
they're-
serial killers. A lot of like back and forth here.
Not-
A lot
okay,
of loops.
Okay, we don't have to talk about serial killers, but like
No,
an evil person, are they just destined to be evil because their brain's wired that way, or is it like a result of something?
Some
in their
people
life?
are.
you know, then that goes to like nature versus like nurture.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And like I think a lot of it is probably just like born in them, but I also think like given like the right circumstances, they don't turn
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
evil.
But do you think someone who even has like a super awesome upbringing and like
Well-
great parents?
Well, I
could
mean,
become,
there
like,
are people that
Yeah,
happen to
I
them.
mean,
Like,
it just
yeah.
happens.
I mean, I don't know about Ted Bundy. I know that there were some things in his childhood that were a little weird, but there are people that like grew up completely normal and
Yeah, like it happens no
crazy.
matter what. So I don't know.
I know some people like they can have the schizophrenia gene and something
Yeah.
can trigger them.
Yeah.
So that's like in them, and it's not like how they were raised. It's just like something happened, like maybe their boyfriend
Yeah.
breaks up with them or girlfriend or something, and then they just kind of go off the edge.
And like if
that's
you
what
look at like
happens.
people who are like sociopaths and like actual psychopaths, like
Yeah.
they can't really control that. They're
Mhm.
just born
Yeah.
like that.
that would suck.
Man,
On that note,
serial killers.
this has been a very strange episode.
A lot of death, a lot, of
death
murder,
for some
dark.
reason.
violence.
I don't. Well,
Yeah.
Huh.
don't
Interesting.
know.
What does that say about us?
Well, on that note, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Peak to Middle School.
Thank
it was
you.
pretty fun.
Thanks for having me.
My buddy Anthony is flying back to Indiana pretty soon,
Yeah.
so who knows when he'll be on here next? But there will be
Someday.
someday.
Someday
Yeah.
I will
Maybe
be back.
next time he'll be back on here. He'll
Check
be a
the
famous.
comments.
He'll be a famous movie director.
Yeah.
Check the comments.
I'm
He
always in
answers
the
a lot
comments.
of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime. So in the past, when Kyle and I don't know something in our podcast, we've said like, "Let us know, Anthony." This is the
This
Anthony.
is this
He's
is
our
me.
he's our internet.
Yeah. Instead of looking up answers, we'll just ask during the podcast, and then he'll comment the answers.
I know a lot.
I've
of
learned
things.
a lot from you.
I know a lot of things about a lot of different things.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Kyle, where can they follow you?
I changed my Twitter, guys. So
Why?
now it's both are at Kyle Stafford 36, Instagram
Oh,
and Twitter.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um.
So
Smart.
it all makes sense now.
Anthony, you don't have any social media you want them to follow you
No,
on?
no.
Hey,
I'm a
well,
private guy.
be on the lookout
ready.
in like 10 years or something
Yeah.
for a
movie,
Oscar-nominated
TV show.
movie
Yeah.
or TV show. Yeah. So Anthony, thanks for being on here. It was
Thanks
fun.
for having me. Loved it.
You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Twitter and Instagram. You can also follow the show at Pim's Podcast on everything. Facebook, if you guys still use Facebook.
I do.
Twitter, Instagram, and then we're on every single streaming platform.
Yes.
So, and then Anthony's has left a review. How long did it take you to write that review?
Like 30 seconds.
There you
Wow.
go. That's
Yeah.
like the standard answer. That's what
Yeah.
everyone says.
Bam.
Not long, guys.
You sitting on your couch
So
and you don't
easy.
want to watch the commercials
Do
for 30
it.
seconds? What should they do?
They should write a review
Yeah, they should.
Boom.
and leave 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
that.
with all that being said, there's new episodes every Monday and Thursday. There's new videos on my personal channel every Wednesday. There's an interview with Anthony that will be up at some point in the next couple weeks about his film experience and about the film industry and all that. There's also going to be the video where Kyle might throw up drinking the ranch soda.
I'm so excited.
Oh, man.
So excited.
Yeah.
I've thrown up once before. Almost twice.
Today might be number 2.
We'll have a bucket ready.
Yep.
Could be.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks.
See ya.
Peace.